Alright, so today is the last day for our transformation project, in which our transformation that we are doing today is a translation. So let's only focus on this paper right here. Alright. So translation. So we need to figure out our translation. If we look at this paper right here, we see that we're going to take our pre-image from the first quadrant and we need to translate it to our only open quadrant, which is our third. Okay. So we need to move it to the left, and then we need to move it down. Alright, so for our rule, okay, so here's our original point, x comma y, okay. Make sure you have these at the bottom. For this one, I wrote them up top, okay. So here, I'll just go ahead and write it up top as well. It's comma y, arrow. Alright, now we need to figure out how many that we need to move to the left. And remember, when we move to the left, let me zoom in real quick. When we move to the left or right, we are dealing with the x-axis, okay? And if we move to the left, we are subtracting, and if we move to the right, we are adding, okay? Now, if we are talking about moving up or down, we are talking about the y-axis. And if we go up, we are adding, and if we go down, we are subtracting. Alright, so let's keep those in mind. So when we go back to this, we see that we need to move to the left, and then we need to move the image down. Okay, so our x and our y are going to be subtracted by some type of number. Okay, so when we look at this hat right here, we see the easiest thing is to pick, if we're going to have to go left and then down, let's see how far away we are from our y-axis. See, we are 1, 2 spots away. Okay, so we want to move point E, okay, which is our furthest point to the left, all the way over here, which is it's 2 points away. Okay, so we have 15 and we have 1, 2. So we want to move it all the way over to 13. So we need to move 2E from 2 to negative 13. So we need to move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We need to move it over 15. Okay, so on here, we're going to write x minus 15. Okay, so there's our x, and now we need to write our y. Okay, so if we move E over to 15, okay, we see that we're at 9. If we want to stick with this, let's see when we hit negative 9, okay? So we already moved it over 15 to the left, so let's see how far we need to go down to negative 9. So here's 9 positive right here. So let's see, we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and we're going to move it down to 18. So here's point E, okay? E triple prime. Alright, so there's our point E. So we said we're going to move our y over. Sorry, so we had to move our y-axis down 15, so y minus 18, okay? And then this is our rule right here, okay? So our original pre-image, we are subtracting 15 from our x values, and we are subtracting 18 from our y values, all right? So I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to put all my points in, and then I will come back to the video. So real quick, before I do that, let's just go over point A, B, and C, okay? So we're going to ignore the rotation and the reflection, okay? We're only going to look at our pre-image. So our pre-image point A says 8, 4. So 8 minus 15, let's see. We have 7, so we'll have negative 7, comma, and then 4 minus 18 will give us negative 14. So there is point A. Point B will be at negative 10, comma, negative 13. Okay? I'm subtracting my 5, my x value from 15, and I'm subtracting this 5 from my y value, 18, okay? Our x value here is 3, so 3 minus 15 is negative 12, and 6 minus 18 will also be sorry, it will also be, so 6 minus 18 will also be negative 12. All right, so I'm going to pause my video. I'm going to go ahead and fill out the rest of these, and I'll be right back. All right, so now that I have all my points down, ready to go, all I need to do now is go onto my graph paper and plot all my points, okay? So we already have point E plotted, so if we want to just make sure that we did everything correctly, let's see, E is at negative 13, negative 9. Let's see, we have all the way over to negative 13, we go down to negative 9, and we see that we have a point. So we know that we did this correctly, all right? So let's go ahead and plot our point. So negative 7, negative 14. A point here. And this is A, 1, 2, 3. Make sure you label all of your points, okay? So here, let me zoom in. So for this one, I'm putting 3 primes. For this one over here that we did on Friday, we put 2 primes. For the one we did the day before that, we put 1 prime. And then the day we did our pre-image, we have no primes because this is our original image, okay? Let's see, B is at negative 10, negative 13. We have C at negative 12, negative 12. D is at negative 13, negative 11. E, negative 13, negative 9. We already have E. F is at negative 12, negative 7. G is at negative 10, negative 6. H is at negative 8, negative 6. I is at negative 6, negative 7. J is at negative 5, negative 8. K is at negative 4, negative 10. L is at negative 4, negative 11. And M is at negative 1, negative 14. Okay? Now that I have all my points, all I have to do is trace them now, okay? So there's my hat. I gotta put my details in color, okay? Okay, and there we go. All right. Last thing that I need to do on this quadrant is now label it. So we see how we labeled this one reflection, pre-image, rotation. This one was a transformation. Okay, make sure you label them, all right? So again, your data sheet should look like this. You should have your pre-image, all of your points labeled, okay? No type of formula on this one, okay? On this one, rotation, put what kind of rotation you did, label all your points, and your formula, okay? On one of these should say reflection, okay? One of these should say reflection, all of your points, and your formula for your reflection, and then one should say translation, your formula, and all of your points, okay? Let's see if I can find, like this one, all right? I wrote it on the wrong paper today. So you should have your original, rotation, reflection, and translation on your paper. So that's going to wrap up this project, okay? So make sure you have this data sheet filled out with all the formulas, okay? Make sure you have all the formulas down. Go ahead and write whatever formulas you used on the back as well, okay? Make sure you have all of your points on your data sheet. Make sure you have all of your formulas and all of them are labeled, okay? These are key components if you want a good test grade. All right, remember this is a test grade, okay? On the graph page, make sure you have all 4 pictures drawn, okay? Make sure they're all labeled, pre-image, rotation, transformation, or this should say translation, my bad, and reflection, okay? Make sure when you have your images drawn out, they're detailed, they're colored, okay? And make sure you have all of your points labeled with the correct letters, okay? Once you have all this stuff, what you're going to do is you're going to take pictures of the data sheet. You're going to take a picture of this sheet, and you're going to take a picture of your graph sheet, and you are going to email it to your teacher, okay? So if you have Ms. Lopez, you're going to email your picture to Ms. Lopez. If you have Ms. Perez, you're going to email your picture to Ms. Perez. And if you have Mr. Lapointe, you're going to email it to me as well, okay? If you don't know where to access our emails, go to the Google Classrooms and go to the agenda, and all of our emails are there, okay? So make sure you email these today because these are test grades that are due today. So make sure you take a picture of this, take a picture of this, and email it to us, all right? So go ahead and finish up on this last transformation. Take a picture and submit it for a test grade. All right.